King Lau. King will be doing his 6th project speech, vocal variety. The title of the speech is Do Sweat the Small Stuff, Although It Is All. The time for his speech is 5 to 7 minutes. At the 5-minute mark, the green card will go up. At the 6-minute mark, the yellow card will go up, and at the minute mark, at the 7th minute, the red card will go up. Please help me welcome King.
This is my name, King Lau, and usually you can find this nameplate near my office at 3 Times Square. About 2 months ago, that our office at 3 Times Square were going through some kind of construction work, and the construction professionals, what they did was they removed a wall from my cube, and this name was attached to my wall, and then they moved it to outside of the women's bathroom with this name. So what happened was I lost my name, so I had them to make me another name, so I have 2 names. One is at my cube, and the other one I didn't know where it was until my friend Amy and my colleague who I work with, she actually came back and brought me back, hey, I saw your name in the women's bathroom. So I got 2 names. And I just want to say that based on a little investigation I did, my name was outside women's bathroom for approximately a month. So, Mr. Toastmaster, welcome guests and fellow members. We all often talk about lives in years, how many years we have lived, how many more years we have left, things like that. However, we do actually live our lives in months, in days, in hours, in minutes, and in seconds. And everything that we do in every single second has a consequence, and it's dangerous to ignore the consequence of the details that we do in every single second. Let's take a look at the example that I brought up earlier about my name. If a client goes into my office and then they see my name at women's bathroom, I'm sure that they have something to think about, like, it's kind of awkward. Let's take a step back. Let's say if you go to the bathroom, women's bathroom at the Queen's Bath, like the Amherst Hospital right here. If you see my name right outside, what do you think about that? You may think it's funny because it's not your name, it's my name. But it doesn't really, people actually do pay attention to the small things, the little details. And I just want to bring you something that is very personal to me. About 1.5 years ago, I got one of the evaluation from my boss on one of the projects that I did. And that year I was hoping to get a promotion. And one of the projects I did, I got an evaluation comments, which I'm going to read to you. The individual should take the time to self-check his work to ensure to the best of his ability that the schedules prepared by him do not contain inconsistencies or errors. And because of these comments, I was passed for the promotion last year, so I didn't get the promotion that I wanted. However, this is actually the single best piece of advice that I got in that year, because I realized that every single action that we do, every single little details reflects my commitments, reflects a story about my character. Paying attention to details has impacts on each and every single one of us, not just from the business perspective, and also from the society perspective as well. I was walking down in the subway with my friend one time, about 2 weeks ago, and I dropped an empty bottle on the platform. And my friend was actually telling me that you should pick it up, because if you don't pick it up, you're going to cause the train delays. And his rationale was, even though the empty bottle is unsanitary, or the empty bottle may create more work for the sanitary professionals, but the bigger issue is if the bottle gets onto the track, it can potentially cause track fire. And then if it causes track fire, what it means is that they have to stop the train service so that people have to clean up the track. And then sometimes I always complain, why is the subway so late? How come that the train is running late? How come they're doing track service again? And I do think about it right now that maybe I'm one of the persons who actually is causing the problem. It's always easier to talk about all these theories, all these things in theories, than doing it. But the best way to do it is to actually commit yourself to doing the little details in life. I will leave today with a challenge to every one of you. When you're doing your next project speech, prepare your project speech with world champion of public speaking's method. Let me explain to you a little more. Mark Braun, 1995 world champions of public speaking. He was a computer programmer before he became a motivational speaker. And the way that he prepared his speech is he would break down his speech into maybe 20 routines, even for a 7-minute speech. And he will test every single routine. Like if he looks at the first routine and he tests it, it works like a programmer, ding, he will move on to the next one. The second routine, it works, ding, he will move on to the next one. And then if the next one doesn't work, ding, then he will test that routine again before he makes sure that that routine works before he moves on to the next one. So he does it in a very detail-oriented manner. But if Mark Braun can do it, every one of us can do it and can prepare like a world champion in public speaking. I want to leave you today with my final word. We do pay attention to details and do quality work, not because it's easy, not because they are cheap, but not because they're popular. It's because they're the right thing to do.